Okay. Do you guys know about Marathon? I assume everyone knows about it because this is one of those games that gets marketed to death, right? So they had a quote server slam. A server slam. Or maybe it's still going on. It started yesterday or the day before. I played like 2 rounds and man, it seems so boring. Yeah, like they're like stress testing the servers and stuff so that when it goes live, they hopefully won't go down. But also like, they're getting last minute feedback and stuff, people's impressions about the game and everything. But man, like Bungie is the biggest, one of the biggest studios out there, right? Like people are supposed to be more excited about a new Bungie game than like anything else in the world. But hell no, game is terrible. We'll get shut down within 3 months, and will be in the past. Are you gonna buy it? No, didn't catch me. Like it does seem like Bungie's games have gotten steadily less interesting over the years. I mean, even I don't know. Even Halo wasn't like gameplay wise that interesting, but aesthetically it was super interesting. The setting and everything, Destiny a little less interesting in every way, I think. Marathon maybe even less interesting. I do wonder. Here's something I've been thinking about. So like this is an extraction shooter, right? We've gotten so many of these extraction shooters now. And back in like 2018 or whatever, whenever PUBG came out, right? That was the new that was kind of the first battle royale that broke into the mainstream, and it really broke into the mainstream in an unexpected way, right? And so publishers jumped in on that big time, right? Like they committed hard. They made Fortnite, they made Apex Legends, whatever else. Call of Duty jumped in on it big time. And that was obviously a massive success for those publishers who really committed to it and those studios who really committed to it. It was obviously very successful. And I just wonder if there's a little bit of FOMO from everyone else, or like, after that happened, they're way too ready to commit to something else that looks like that, right? So like when Tarkov came along a little bit after PUBG and kind of introduced this extraction shooter concept, I just wonder if the publishers were like, "Oh, this is the next battle royale thing." And so everyone is just jumping on that a little bit too heavy, right? Um like it's likely that Marathon, when it started development, was not going to be an extraction shooter, right? Like and same with a lot of these things like Arc Raiders and whatever. Arc Raiders was obviously very successful, and I think there's room for this stuff to be pretty successful, but I don't see the concept as quite as I don't think the concept has the longevity of the battle royale concept. Battle royale is a lot. It just strikes me as a lot comfier. Extraction shooter, losing all your stuff, that's like a little bit stressful in a way that battle royales aren't. Um, all this management stuff, like it's kind of simulation-y, and they've kind of watered that down from since Tarkov with like Arc Raiders and Marathon seemingly, but it's still got a layer of like simulation gamey kind of complexity that I'm not sure most people really want. Whereas I think battle royales is they're very easy to hop into, but they're also very easy to take seriously. They work for the whole range of players, right? Whereas extraction shooters, when I think about that whole range, I was just thinking about like the super casual players are maybe not as interested in extraction shooters. They're kind of more complicated and stressful and stuff. And but also like the hardcore like esportsy kind of players are maybe less interested in something like Marathon, something like an extraction shooter as well, because it's not as competitive like that. It's not as much of a pure gamey game. It's more of like a mixing a gamey game with like MMO kind of appeal. And like, yeah, I just don't see the concept as having the legs that the battle royale concept has. And I think publishers committed a little bit too hard with it. And I'm wondering if Marathon is not going to be nearly as big of a hit as they expect. um, Largely for that reason.